everybody, Recycle Rhonda here, the school outreach coordinator for Chittenden Solid Waste District. I am here to bring you this school year's What Goes Where refresher. We're gonna kick it off with the compost. What can go into the compost bucket, you ask? Food, paper towels, and napkins. That is it. We are no longer accepting compostable products, so all of those can go into the trash. So food, like this carrot, and paper towels and napkins. That is it. You can continue using the compostable bags. That's perfectly fine. Now, if you find yourself in a situation where you've got food in a plastic bag or some sort of wrapping, please take out the food. Pop the food into the compost. The wrapper and baggies can go into the trash. Next up is the recycle bin. A little more complicated than the compost bucket, but here we go. Generally, if you're putting something in the blue bin, it needs to be made out of strong paper or a single-use, one-time use container made out of glass, metal, or plastic. Then there are general rules to recycling. First off, your recycling needs to be clean. No food, no drink. Meaning, if you have got paper with food or drink on it, it cannot go into the recycle bin. It must go into the trash. Second rule, it must be bigger than a squirrel's head or bigger than 2 inches by 2 inches. So this little ramekin plastic cup cannot go in the blue bin because it is too small. So that must go into the trash. Thirdly, it must be made of one material type. It needs to be all paper, all glass, all plastic, or all metal. Meaning your milk cartons are paper and they're plastic stuck together. We can't get them apart, neither can you. So unfortunately, these have to go into the trash. Lastly, general rule number 4, it cannot contain hazardous waste. Let's start with paper. Generally, you've got your printer paper, notebook paper, paper that you would scribble on for notes. Nice and strong. Let's pop that in the blue bin. We've got construction paper. All right, so that can all go into the recycle. Then we've got newspapers. Those also can go into the recycle bin. Now, if you have got little scraps of paper that are smaller than a squirrel's head, you can actually collect those, put them in an envelope, and then once that envelope is filled up, you can fold it over and pop the whole kit and caboodle into the recycle bin. Let's move on to plastics. This can be a bit complicated, but you guys got this. So remember, it needs to be a single-use plastic container, all right? Clean and free of food and drink. So all of these bottles, as long as they are empty and rinsed out, especially if you've got like the yogurt and the Boost stuff, give it a little rinsel-dinsel, do ya? Hard plastic can go into the recycle bin. Now, if you are flip-floppy plastic, you have no business in the blue bin, and especially the lamination plastic, all right? So please put all your flip-floppy plastic into the trash. Now, different types of plastic can be recycled. Basically, we are looking for 1, 2, and number 5 plastic. Now, you don't need to go looking at the numbers if you don't want to, as long as it is a hard plastic container bigger than a squirrel's head and does not contain any hazardous waste, food, or drink, you're good to go. Now, few rules, no black plastic, all right? We cannot accept black plastic, so all of that must go into the trash. So if you have a container with a clear plastic lid, put the lid into the recycle bin. The black plastic goes into the trash. Little plastic dishes, although these are bigger than a squirrel's head, I do know that this one is a number 5 plastic, and again, 1, 2s, and 5s are truly recyclable. I'm going to pop that into the blue bin. This one's a number 7. Now, you can continue to pop it into the blue bin, but do know that number 7s and number 6s plastics are not going to get recycled. I'm going to opt to pop that into the trash. Now, we've got these little doodads here, all right? All these these little plastic containers are all too small, smaller than a squirrel's head. Those all must go into the trash, as well as your plastic utensils. Too skinny, they must go into the trash. Lastly, your food containers, so long as they don't contain food or drink, can go into the recycle bin. And now we're just going to get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty of what you guys deal with at school. So you get these yogurt cups, all right? Please take the tops off. The tops are flippy floppy, so they belong in the trash. The bottoms, the plastic bottoms, can need to be rinsed out. If you cannot rinse it out, unfortunately, it has to go into the trash, but I'm begging you to please take that extra step to rinse and then recycle. Same with your juice cups. You can rip the cap tops off. Tops can either be saved, made into a big ball to be recycled later, or tossed into the trash. The cups, now I know that these juice cups are number 6 plastic, which is not recyclable. You can continue, if easier, to put it into the blue bin. That's fine, just know that it's not going to get recycled. I'm going to choose to put it into the trash. Now we've got these containers. It has a plastic top and a metal bottom. Keep in mind that materials need to be made out of one type of material, but we can get these apart easily. All right, the top is bigger than a squirrel's head, made out of hard plastic, that can go into the blue bin. The bottom, as long as it is clean, is made out of metal. We can toss that in the recycle bin as well. Now, many of the things that you will find at school is actually made out of 2 different types of materials, stuck together that we can't get apart. So, all of the following: your Chinese takeout containers, they're trash because they are plastic and paper. Same with pretty much all of your drink cups, soup bowls, and food boats. All trash, paper and plastic stuck together. Coffee cups, same deal, paper and plastic. This is black plastic caps, so I'm gonna put the whole thing into the trash. And then we've got snack wrappers, all right? Always, snack wrappers are always trash. The wrappings to food, so whether it's your pizza bag or your hamburger wrapper, both of these go into the trash. And little food boxes like this, often with salads or such in them, are paper and plastic. Put it in there. When it comes to these cardboard containers, if the food touches it, that means it is lined with plastic and cannot go into the recycle bins. So put them all into the trash, including your raisin packets. If you get a bagged breakfast or lunch such as this, what you want to do is you're going to take your food out, you're going to eat your food, all right? So eating your banana, the banana peel goes into the compost. You eat your cereal and you tear off the top, the flip-floppy goes in the trash. This nice hard plastic, number 2 plastic, put it into the recycle bin once it's rinsed. Your juice box or milk carton is again trash. And your flip-floppy plastic bag is also trash. So that, guys, is the basics of what goes where. So if you have questions, please reach out to me, Recycle Rhonda, and I'm happy to lend you a hand. Have a great school year, and be safe, have fun.